Yeah, so I did play basketball, and I do think that I had aspirations and dreams to be a professional player. Then I got hit by a truck. I got hit by a drunk driver when I was 17 years old, and that definitely changed the trajectory of my life.
Well, hello there, and welcome to Fridays with Tab and Chance. We have a special guest today, but I'm Tabitha Brown. And this is my husband.
I'm Chance, what's up?
And we have the amazing Zainab Johnson. Bring the beat in. Oh, wait a minute. We gotta make sure that Zainab, you ready for this?
I was already doing my part. You was already in it.
I
was about to, you know what I'm saying?
Because I forgot I didn't really acknowledge to make sure that you was ready.
I'm ready.
You was ready. Okay.
I'm ready.
All right.
Now,
You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Every time we have a guest, you always want to do a little something extra.
No, it's not something extra, but in case Zainab wanted to do a remix or something.
Here we go.
We want to make sure that she feels welcome.
1, 2, 3, and...
Wait a minute. Because I want to make sure. Because I want to make sure that Zainab know not to try to do your beat.
Listen,
you get a little sensitive about the beat.
She ain't hit the table one time. I believe she got it. You got it right? You got it.
I'm not about to join your beat. Listen, fly girl, okay? Rosie Perez.
Okay, we ready. All right. Okay, yeah. Fridays with Tab and Chance. Fridays with Tab and Chance.
And a special guest. Hi.
All right.
And you didn't sing one word.
Because here's what, so you know
She
I'm not a good
don't understand.
multitasker. No, that's the truth. I'm like, I can only do one thing at a time.
Oh, okay.
And so for me to keep that beat and move, it was either that or the words.
Well, very good. Well, welcome to Fridays with Tab and Chance.
Hey, y'all.
So Zainab is our real friend in real life. Okay, has been for many years. But you know what, Zainab? Tell the people who you are who may not know Zainab Johnson.
Hey, everybody. I am a comedian, a stand-up comedian. I'm an actor, a writer, and just kind of like a general, like a good vibe.
Very good.
Good people.
She good people.
Yeah, like,
Good people.
This is how you really know she good people. Y'all know that Chance has expressed, for many years, he didn't really rock with people from New York. He loves Zainab.
I was about to say you're a resident New York fan. Yes.
Right. She changed the perspective for you on the New York thing.
Yeah.
So
Did I?
Yeah. Yeah, you probably, and...
a couple other people too.
Yeah, I just had some bad experiences, but
Yeah.
When he was younger.
yeah, when I was younger.
But sometimes I do be leaving here like, I think I gave Chance a little too much today. I do sometimes. I think I may have done a little too much.
Nah, Zainab, you cool.
But you may have validated some of his thoughts about New Yorkers when y'all saw each other in court that one time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zainab was a little different. I don't believe
Are we gonna go there?
That's what I got.
Hey, that ain't really got nothing to do with New Yorkers. That's just black folks.
Listen, it's one of
That
the
is my
funniest
fault.
stories.
I don't put a
ever.
business.
I ain't gonna put a business out there unless
It's
she
true.
wants to put it out there, but there's a loosely way we can. Let me just say that when Chance called me, when first Zainab called me, I said my friend is an actor and leave it at that.
Well, let's just say it was traffic court. You know what I'm saying? Don't just put court out there. You know what
It
I'm
was
saying?
traffic court.
Court sound like it could be anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lie. Scamming is very trendy. And you know what I'm saying? Let's just make sure I was operating a motor vehicle.
Right.
It
was there.
It was traffic court.
Yes, but it was hilarious.
Yeah. I didn't want to see Chance that day either.
That's when Chance was still a police officer.
Chance was a police officer. And I knew I needed to lie. I knew that I had to tell my best lie
I got up
to
out
the
of there.
judge.
I don't want to see it.
Zainab said she was like, God, please let. This is when she was calling Chance Mr. Brown. She was like, Lord, please let Mr. Brown leave this courtroom before I have to go up here and tell this good lie that I'm going to tell.
Yeah, I didn't want to compromise his position. And I knew that I really couldn't accomplish the lie the way I needed to in front of someone that I knew. Someone that I had respect for, someone who I felt like respected me. I just knew that wasn't a side of each other we needed to see. So,
but baby, we all got a good laugh.
Yes.
And I think it made our friendship even better, okay?
Yes.
But speaking of, when things happen that you weren't planning on happening, today's topic is when life plans change, right? So, as Zainab just introduced herself, she said she's an actress, she's a comedian. Y'all know, my story and Chance. But Zainab, did you always want to be an actress and a comedian?
I definitely did not always want to be a comedian or an actor, but I think that I thought maybe acting was possible. Like you see actors on TV, you know that acting is a profession. You know that that's something people get paid for. And as much as I loved watching stand-up comedians, and as much as I was aware of like Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock and Chris Tucker and Wanda Sykes, I don't think I thought that that was a career thing. I thought that those are superstars.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's, I don't know. I don't think that I knew that that was a profession as much as I watched people do it.
Yeah.
And then the day that it hit me, I was just like, oh, I think I'm a stand-up comedian. Yeah.
Okay. So what was your plans before acting in comedy?
Okay, so I thought I was going to be a math teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to school and got a degree in math and education, and I thought I was going to be a math teacher and maybe like then a principal and like own a school or something. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the trajectory is for an educator. And then I moved to LA. I met a girl in college, and we became very.
Hold up.
You know the hooper in him ain't gonna let you.
Zainab, you was a hooper.
Okay, yes.
You were a ball player.
Yes.
We can't leave that out. You gotta.
The ball.
So was you
bouncing
hooping just to hoop
inside of your
to get to college, or was it like was that so you could get the education and become a principal, or was you hooping? Because you sent my son in the house crying one day, so I know you can really hoop.
I think about
like
that
you think,
often, and I feel so bad.
I think you've been working hard ever since then.
Like she can hoop. So
she's a hooper.
Yeah.
Take a charge class.
Yeah.
And he was like 8.
Yeah, she just sent the boy in the house crying.
She was like,
No, that was at this house.
Yeah,
right?
no, that was here. That was like last year. He was like,
year.
he was like 10. No.
He was 8. He was about to turn 9.
No, babe. That was more recent than that. You gotta put that boy took that L from Zainab recently.
Ago, but yeah.
But I didn't know. Look, but we gotta. We can't just skip that. Like so, because in my head I'm like every time I see you, Zainab, I be like, yo, Zainab could have been in the WNBA. Not to take away from what you currently do and all your achievements, because when you be telling me all your, you be talking about like the writing and stuff like that. That's all cool.
Yeah.
And she's great at it.
But I be blown away because now I know that side of you, and then when I see you, I'm like, dang, Zainab was a hooper. It's hard to see how you went from that to this. Some of the stuff you were telling me about early on, I'm like, no, that's real hooping. That ain't just like a rec center I was interested. If you were traveling and all of that, you were hooping.
Yeah.
So no ambitions to get in the WNBA.
Well, yes. Yes, because when I was in high school, the WNBA had just become a thing, But I got hit by a truck. Of course you know this.
I know the story.
Yeah, so I did play basketball, and I do think that I had aspirations and dreams to be a professional player, or at least maybe have some sort of career in like athletics, basketball specifically. Then I got hit by a truck. I got hit by a drunk driver when I was 17 years old, and that definitely changed the trajectory of my life. I broke both my legs. I would consider myself disabled now. Like, it's funny because I got a handicap placard, and I just love it. Oh my God. It's like VIP parking. But the doctor,
These are true.
The doctor that's writing a prescription, he's so mad because I be running there and the doctor's office is like 6 miles away. So he said to me the other day, I was like, and could you re-up my handicap record, please? He was like, you ran, 5.5 miles here. I can't even run 5.5 miles. I'm like, that sounds like a you problem. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like you an orthopedic surgeon, right? That sounds like something for a psychiatrist. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I need this for whole food.
I need.
But when I'm not running and I'm driving, I'm gonna need it.
This is total sidebar. I'm so sorry. My 12-year-old and 14-year-old nieces were visiting me like a couple of weeks back, and we went to the beach and we pulled into parking, and I did the slick. I just was like, casually pulled out my placard, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Oh, what is this? And and the parking attendant was like, can I just check the date on that? And I was like, sure. And then when the date was on a temp, because I have a temporary window.
Okay.
And so
look at that. You see that thing pop out of me? Like, nah, they're not supposed to do that to you.
Well, when he verified like that it wasn't expired, he was like, parking is free and you pulling right there. And my 14-year-old niece never came up out her phone while she was on a visit. But in that moment, she was like, you said you got hit by a truck?
I was so intrigued.
That's so cool.
That's so cool. Oh, because, I guess they weren't born yet.
No,
so they don't even know that.
No. But I'm from a big family. Your family roasts you. Like when I pulled the placard out with my little sister, she was like, you scamming? And I was like, no, I'm handicapped. And she was like, what? And I was like, remember I got hit by the truck? And she was like, you still talking about that? Like, they do not care.
Now you still talking about it. She still goes to the doctor today.
Yo, it's like a true disability. Like, it's a true disability.
Like we be talking about it, Zainab was like, I can't put my foot flat on the ground.
Yes, so that happened, and I'm able to like make light of it now. But it was a really tragic thing for me to go through as a 17-year-old. Wow. But yes, it changed my life. I did try to play basketball after that, but then realized I had like major limitations, and like could really never compete. Like these girls are amazing, and they're only, just like every sport, like they're only getting better. But then I just was like, okay, let me get a degree. I was the first person in my like immediate family to get like a college degree. Not my
like brothers and sisters.
Yeah, brothers and sisters.
You one of 13.
Yeah, and I'm the 5th, so there's 4 older than me.
Oh, okay.
And my father was in the Navy.
You said you was the first.
I was the first to I wasn't the first to go, but I was the first to get an actual degree.
Wow.
Yeah. And part of my like motivation was when I was a kid, I watched my mom go back to school over and over and over and try to complete her degree. And I remember thinking like, dang, look at us just holding her back,
Wow.
And not in like not in a bad way, but just like, wow, these are two very separate things. Like, I tell a story about my mom, like, she had like a theater class or something like that. And she had to put on a scene from A Raisin in the Sun. Mm-hmm. And I remember us getting on a train all the way from Manhattan to go to Queens, because she went to Queens College. And she made one of my younger brothers, he was maybe like 4 at the time, recite the beginning of the play, which is Langston Hughes' poem, A Raisin, like A Dream Deferred. Uh-huh. And that's how she started the scene. And then I had to play Benita. Benita in the play is like in her late 20s or something, right?
And how old were you?
My brother was 4, and I'm 4 years, so maybe I was 8.
Wait, when you mean you had to play it, you mean like in rehearsal at home?
No, we ain't even had no rehearsal. It's like she was like,
well, she made put y'all in the play?
Yes.
Girl, shut up.
Yes, and my brother, who's 3 years older than me,
I love it.
He played the son, the character Diddy played.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I remember, me too. And I remember thinking like, dang, she ain't do her homework. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then like as I got older, I was like, we're such like an appendage of hers. It's like she don't really got the time, the space, the energy to, and so like her kids had to show up and be, and I remember my mom told me that she was like my professor gave me like a C+ or something like that. She was like, but he said it was because of you.
Oh.
I remember when I was a kid. He said it was because of you. Like you got to nurture something in her because it's in her. And my mom always.
You didn't get the A? Not the C+ just because of you?
Yeah, because she ain't really
you gotta give a man some credit now.
Well, because it's like, there was a raisin in the sun and she brought an 8-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a
the thing about theater is anybody can play a character.
Tab, she didn't do that. I love my mom.
I get that right, Nick.
That's the kindness of you.
Anybody, she probably should have put a little wig on you or something.
We was cold read, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I found out very recently in talking to my mom that my older sister Nubia, she was supposed to come and be like the mama, she ain't show up.
Oh, what? That would be Nubia. Nubia was like, I have things to do. I love it.
Yeah, but then, you know, I didn't think that I would ever move to LA. I just thought that I would like teach. And then a really close friend of mine moved to LA. She wanted to like act. She wanted to just generally be famous, you know? And I'm like, you know, you can't, I don't know. I just felt like I couldn't be left behind at the time. My father had just passed away. It was so many things happening to me. I had just finished school. My father had passed away. And I just felt like time was of the essence. I just didn't really want to have regrets. I didn't want to like live my life in a like fearful way, you know?
Yeah.
And so I came out to LA and then I was trying to figure it out. And
because that's important. When plans change, you got to try to figure it out.
Yeah, like this place I was so like alone. And you don't even realize it. Like in New York, it's like the girl who I moved here with, that's who I hung out with every day in New York too. And she was here, so I really shouldn't have been alone, but you realize like, oh, in New York, when you walk to the store, you gotta talk to 10 people. You know your neighbors, you know everybody in your apartment complex, you know what I'm saying? You know the neighborhood, you talk to the Arab guy or the Dominican guy that's running the deli, you know what I'm saying? You get on the train, you're forced to like interact with people. And then in LA, it's like I would just be in my car, I could be out my apartment like for like 14 hours and realize like, dang, I ain't really talked to nobody, you know? And so I just found myself feeling like, ooh, I feel so alone here, you know? And then, I don't know, I used to always go to like comedy clubs, always. That would be like for fun, I would go to comedy club. I would prefer a comedy club over, I mean, of course I ain't go to a bar because I ain't drink, right? I didn't go, like clubs are cool, but I don't know, it's something about comedy, it's like you guaranteed a good time. You know?
Yeah, we always used to love going to comedy shows.
Yeah.
And then one day, through like working with people and doing different like sketches and stuff like that, one day I just tried stand up. I mean, the real story is I had went to this show, it was just all girls on the show, and it was just not very good.
You was like, man, I can do this.
Well, I don't think I had that thought, but I just knew like there was something like, you know, and then I saw like another comedian who's a woman perform in Vegas. I won't say who.
Oh.
She wasn't good?
Doesn't matter.
That's a no. She wasn't good.
I just remember coming back and being at like my boyfriend's house at the time, and a woman who I know today who's a casting director, and I remember reenacting the whole thing. Everything I thought about it, I imitated the comedian, what I would have done differently, whatever. I didn't think nothing about that moment. You know, I come in here all the time with an animated story or like, you know, event or something. And then when I started doing comedy, the casting director came to me. She was like, you know, I knew you was going to be a comedian before you ever knew. And I was like, really? And then she reminded me of that moment when I told that story. And I had totally forgot about that. So yeah, so Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Stand up is the only thing in my life that the first time I did it, I knew, oh shoot, this is a thing I gotta do. I loved basketball. You know how there's certain things that you do it for a little while, or you do it once, and you're like, oh, I ain't never doing it again. Like I remember, like before basketball, I ran track.
Right.
And it was cool, but I was like, this ain't, I'm at all the Colgate thingies, and it's just like, I just knew
Colgate,
even
well, I don't know
Colgate games, like
that?
Colgate is like a big track.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
I thought toothpaste. Oh, okay.
I mean, it is Colgate, but it's because it's like sponsored, like all the track, it's like sponsored by Colgate.
Like McDonald's.
Exactly.
Sorry, I ain't no runner.
I mean, listen.
I
Told you, Tad, you're not. You
no, I was an athlete, but I just want a runner.
You wasn't an athlete.
I was an athlete. We got Zainab.
Every so often, I think about your run, though, like your actual run. Every so often, you know how we save videos? Like if I just need a good laugh, I could just look at this video or this meme. Every so often, I just think about your run.
Do you see an athlete when you look at that?
I have an original run. No. My run is very original.
So I'm not the only person.
My daddy started this.
No. Not
my dad. I
well,
walk.
Your daddy
I walk like my dad. Wait a minute. Don't talk about my daddy now.
Your daddy.
My dad is a hard worker. He had time for athleticism. Okay. Anywho, stay focused. I didn't know what the Colgate was. I used to play basketball though.
Yeah.
I would pay to see you.
Say now.
Cause
we is friends.
No. People be like, I used to play basketball. You gotta ask, like when you was like 8. Like it's when like basketball don't really count.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
I'm so glad.
I played 7th through 10th grade. I didn't get hit by a truck, but I flipped the truck. I had a car accident, and that's why I stopped playing.
Oh, that's
I did. That's why I stopped.
because your injury.
Because I got injured.
But you had a reason to pursue it.
I
seen Zainab hoop.
No, I wasn't a hooper. I played basketball.
You played. Okay, that's fair. I'll leave it at that. That's fair.
Yeah, I wasn't like Zainab.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm 5'6". Okay, I won't
What
go
they got to do
into.
with it?
I was about to say,
I wasn't. No, I was playing a forward back then.
Well, that's your team and your coach's fault. But that show you how limited the resources. Y'all ain't have nobody. If you was playing oh man, that should tell you right there. Like y'all just had a team. Like y'all just
putting something
y'all
together.
was just
it was
like
an activity.
Extracurricular.
I told her that.
It wasn't
So
like
I remember when I told you that. I said, Tab,
but that was
you're not
8th grade.
You are not an athlete because you are involved. Or you're a player
The
or an
definition
activity.
of an athlete is if you participate in an organized sport.
Yeah.
I was.
But
an
is that
athlete.
the real definition, though?
I was an athlete.
No.
I was an athlete.
No,
and
you
I
are a
used
player.
Colgate
You are a
growing up.
participant. You are a player and a participant. You're a participant.
I was
Doesn't
on
make
the
you an
team.
athlete.
No, you were, and that's great.
Athlete, a person who is proficient.
Right there. You were not
In an
proficient.
organized sport, right?
Proficient is what you left
I
out.
was proficient.
No,
I
you
knew
weren't.
the rules. I knew the plays.
No,
played.
that's knowledgeable. Proficient. Could you shoot?
What is the definition of proficient?
You were not skilled. What was you
Skilled in
skilled
what?
at?
I was competitive
No, was
and
you
I was
skilled?
skilled.
When
Skilled in
you
what?
used to shoot it, did it go in?
Yes.
How much? What's the percentages of how many?
I didn't get to play that much.
And why do you think you didn't get to play that much? Because you were not proficient or skilled.
Because Crystal King
Was proficient
and Kathy Young,
and they were skilled and they were good.
they were the star. They
were
needed
proficient
them.
and
I
skilled.
stopped growing.
You were bigger than Crystal
Peaches-
King.
Yeah,
You were
but
taller.
She was the point guard. Peaches.
Tabitha, if in 10th grade,
tall.
if in 10th grade at
No,
5,
in
6,
10th grade, I
8,
wasn't still playing forward. I was a wing, then I was a 3. See,
That's called small forward.
Yeah,
You-
even
I was shooting guard. I was shooting. I could shoot the 3.
Were you proficient and skilled?
In my spirit.
Yeah, in your spirit.
I
But
see.
it didn't say anything about the spirit in there, Nick. You are a participant.
Wrong road.
Does
we get
hiking make you an athlete?
No, you're not.
No.
No.
Did you see that article? The man he ran from New York to L.A.
Forrest Gump?
That's stupid.
No, it's.
That's dumb.
I mean, Forrest Gump did too, but it took him 55.
Days.
Was it 55 days or 5 days?
No,
it was 55 days because it's like 3,000 something miles.
Yeah.
He ran like on average 55 miles a day.
And he got hospitalized when he got here, didn't he?
I didn't read that far into the article, but his like mom had died or something, and I mean, just still this
like
goes
Forrest
in
Gump.
line. Yeah, it goes in. Yeah, and he decided to run.
But let me tell you something, and this is God honest. I used to want to do that.
Yeah.
Like
Do what?
like do a cross country, like
Right.
run or walk, and like just to see how long it would take. Like
For you?
I did. Well,
I just asked a
you
question.
know how we got here?
Because you're not. I mean,
Because my run is so spectacular. It's so unique the way
It
that I
is.
run.
It brings people a lot of joy.
I am. Do y'all see? Y'all can't see Nick, but y'all can hear him over there laughing.
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Does your dad, Tab's dad, gets the biggest laugh out of watching her run? So
let
you
me
said
tell
that,
you.
I was gonna say
First
so
of
does her
all,
dad.
I have I'm a little bit over it now, but I still have a very bad complex when it comes to my run because of my daddy, right? And y'all know my daddy don't do no wrong in my eyes. Crazy enough, my first game, 7th grade, my daddy came to my basketball game. And so during halftime, he said, come here, come over here. I said, well, he said, why you running like that up and down the court? I said, what you talking about? He talking about your legs is flipping like a propeller or something. What's like a helicopter? What's going on? I said, I don't know what you're talking about, Dad. I'm just running. Talking about straighten it up when you run. Your legs is going out like that. I was like, I don't understand. But from that day, I was always very just self-conscious about my running.
Maybe that affected your skill and your proficiency. Maybe that's you give you a break on that.
But there is a real thing like so I don't run like competitively, right? But like I run, like I jog and stuff like that. And people stop me all the time because it's like I have a runner's stride. Like
you
can tell when people, and that is something that you can teach, right? Like you
can teach a straightened up.
Somebody could have taught you how to, like you see kids all the time run with the propeller legs. It's like nobody ever told you.
Well, I just thought it's because I walk the same way. Like I'm bow leg and I'm pigeon toe. It's a very bad combination.
No. You might think that you walk like you run, but you don't.
No, your
You know, we always
legs are
joke
like
about my walk.
Your walk is very specific too.
I be like, I know I'm gonna be a good actor because I walk. Me and Viola got very similar walk, and I love Viola.
I watched. It's funny you say that because you know at the end of The Help when she walked off.
Don't you talk about my Viola?
I was getting ready to say we got off topic, but since we already down this road,
I'm sweating right now.
I did. Well, you know how I don't know what you call that camera shot.
She was also in
that camera
character.
shot? No, she wasn't in character. She was walking real normal. I thought to myself, she walked like that.
That's what I'm saying. And what's wrong with that?
Nothing. Was y'all walking like?
But also, we ain't never seen Viola run on camera.
Yeah. We in Woman King, but she was she did. Yeah, she ran.
Oh, she did. Oh, she did run from the top.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Y'all not gonna attack me and Viola.
Oh no, I'm not
attacking.
attacking
I like Viola.
I love you.
Yeah.
And Viola, and I have seen Viola even. She has a good sense of humor, just like me. She's posted when people be posting her walk. And such. I mean, y'all gonna leave me alone out here. I see what y'all doing. But anywho, don't y'all talk about me when y'all see me in my walking. And that's why I don't be running. That's why I had to retire from basketball. That's the real reason. I always blame it on accident. But it's because of my run.
But you know what? You gotta be grateful for a family that keeps it honest. Cause no, the same thing happened to one of my younger sisters. She was like you, playing basketball, and then you know what I'm saying?
She's participating.
Just becoming
No. And it was time to try out for like the high school team.
I made the high school team.
But you were in a very small town, right?
But we had tryouts. It wasn't everybody made the team. There were cuts, multiple cuts.
My sister tried out for the team that wanted Magic Johnson in high school. And so we all went because she had said she'd been playing basketball. And then she started running and we was like, oh no. You might not never do no cardio the rest of your life. It's just, it's okay.
I'm all right with it. I don't like that Chance is going to get to remind me later. You know, Zainab also said you want an athlete. Because this is an argument that we have all the time. I be like, I was an athlete because I played basketball, but I still work out and do my own.
Yeah, you're active.
You're active. There you go. She is defining it exactly
you're
how
active.
Just
and
because
that's great.
Just because you participate, you're active does not make you an athlete.
Yeah, no.
Does not.
Not now.
Not ever.
Yeah, no, you're
Not ever.
active.
Frankie Strange, my next door neighbor, taught me how to play basketball. I used to climb trees. I played football. I was a tomboy. I was an athlete. I got pictures.
Okay, we're gonna.
You saw my basketball picture when I played basketball? I
You
looked
real
like
cute. You had on a bunch of jewelry in the picture
No,
too,
I
didn't you?
didn't. No.
Tabitha, if you look at, there's a picture, I have a picture
You
where
got scrunchy socks on.
No.
I had a picture that my mom made me take when shortly after I got released from the hospital, after I had been in the hospital for maybe like 9 months or something like that. I had to like learn how to walk and everything. And I'm standing on I'm leaning on crutches. And my mom took a picture of me. I look crazy. But then behind me is almost every trophy that I got like 6 feet trophies from like
Bring it
basketball.
on home, Zainab.
Like trophies upon trophies upon trophies.
How old were you? You were 17? When
When that happened. But by the time I got home, I was 18. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you saying I didn't have trophies is what you said?
I'm just saying, you said you got a picture. It made me think, you know.
Yeah.
Baby.
Like I went to a basketball camp that like a New York Knicks player paid for. I was like, I thought that I was going to go far.
You supposed, hey,
Okay.
No.
Let me say this.
What's the school in
Let me
North
say
Carolina?
this. Okay. I never wanted to play basketball professionally. I always knew I wanted to entertain. Okay. Always.
Okay.
Always.
I don't know why this is such a
However, I still played basketball.
You participated. That's good. You did good, baby.
But you know what's so interesting? People try to talk to me about basketball now all the time, and I have no interest at all in it. It's such a different part of my life, you know? But I do find that women who no one wants to credit with basketball skill, experience, y'all be the ones like, but I did. I was good.
Wait a minute. Go back a second.
No, that was good. No, you heard it.
What did you say to people that what?
the women that really want the credit, like they really want to be acknowledged for that time in their life.
They didn't have no skills, is what you say.
The ones that had all the skills on and
I
used
to play.
Like, man, I'm cool on it.
ESPN featured me shooting half court with my son out there on the thing. Remember that?
As the what, though?
Mom shooting from downtown, okay? First of all, I'm a basketball mom.
Yeah.
I love the game.
Yeah.
I love the sport. I'm a basketball wife. Like, we are a basketball family. However, there's something that I realized in this whole conversation.
What?
Okay? Because the topic is when plans change.
Yeah.
The plans changing.
Hey, let me get it out.
Oh, those were never your plans.
While I was so focused, because I was playing basketball because I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I remember the summer before 7th grade, I was like, I really want to play basketball and I want to make the team. So every day, 7 a.m. during the summer, I woke up and my next door neighbor, who was a real athlete, Frankie was a real athlete, played every sport. Phenomenal basketball player. I had him teach me how to play basketball, right? And so I was so focused on it, 7th grade, 8th grade. And I was so focused on it, did not take drama class because I wanted to play basketball. I was also scared of Miss Fincher in high school because everybody said she was a little scary. But the moment that I had the car wreck and could not play anymore, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and take acting class. It literally took me away. I used to use that as an excuse because of my fear of the teacher, the acting teacher.
Yeah.
But after that, I ain't have no more excuses. And then I just really started doing community theater. Like, I won't stand out the school for basketball no more. I wasn't going to these games. I started doing other things that, making clothes, all the things that the artistry in me, that's also when I changed. Because I used to be very in my tomboy. Like, I'm coming to school with Timbos, all this. After I had this car accident, I don't know if you remember this or not, I went straight hippie and artist. I remember I walked in the gym and Chance was like, I like to use one of the only people because everybody clowned me. I was the joke of the school. People, I had my certain amount of friends, but a lot of the kids would clown me and be like, man, you look stupid. I was only like one of the only black kids in the arts, in theater class, doing plays, all that stuff. And not that I would have ever did anything great in basketball, right? It would have never been it was never a choice for me as for career. But I did have distraction because of it from what I really should have been doing. And so when that happened, my plans changed so that I could get into, what I do now. Now, would I be able to be cast as a ball player? Probably not.
A ball player's mom.
But I could be a basketball mom. I don't like your disposition. Anywho, Zainab.
What?
So anywho, we have talked about when these plans change, and babe, we've talked about your plans have changed as well because you wanted to. Now, Chance thought he was going to the NBA.
Yeah.
Now, do your mom have a picture of you with all your trophies, Mr. Athlete?
No, but she got them though in storage.
The trophies?
Where were they from?
It was from childhood, high school,
was
junior high.
They was from high school, junior high?
Junior high.
Were they participation trophies or were they trophies for winning championships?
Not for winning championships, but I won several MVPs, best defensive player.
I mean,
I got the trophies, but I mean, what you trying to do though?
Now, I'm just saying because if you're an athlete, you have all these trophies and stuff.
Zainab, do you currently have them at your house?
Maybe you were active, sir.
No, I don't think. Listen, I don't think that anybody you go speak to gonna describe me as just being active.
You was a real ball player.
Yeah, I play ball.
But when to the point of plans changing, right? I know we just talked about this on another episode, but when that happened in your life, because you had this goal of going to the NBA. So how did that change for you, like when plans changed?
When Zainab was talking earlier, the transition seems like it was easy for her. To be honest with you, limbo. I felt like I was in limbo for years until something else, like when she said when she got on the stage, I was in limbo because I knew it was over and there was no opportunity. And because I had kids, listening to you talk about your mom and how you viewed you guys like somewhat handicapping her. I remember being in the mindset that it's over for me. I know the defining moment. I know what happened. But when your body is still telling you you're capable of doing stuff and then your heart is not in anything else, it wasn't really until those two things and with desperation after moving to LA. So I'm listening to Zainab and a couple of things are like triggering for me. How she defined LA and being lonely. I can relate to that. Being here, and then in association with what I'm talking about with nothing else. I couldn't figure out nothing else that was remotely moving to me. It just didn't spark my interest. music sparked my interest, but it was something, it just wasn't the same. It wasn't until I found, you know, a career in law enforcement, and it wasn't really about passion or anything. It was more so, it filled the void of that loneliness, gave me like purpose and a means to take care of my family. So it kind of, and then when I got in there, I started playing basketball and traveling, you know, all over with them. But it wasn't more so, and it fulfilled that thing. But the change, so I guess to answer your question, it changed, but it really didn't, right? It's still bothersome, right? I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, what's bothersome that
To think about.
That you are not a NBA player?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, not even a NBA player involved in the sport. Period. Right? Involved.
On that level, you mean?
Yeah.
Because now we know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm training kids. Now, the funny side of that is this. This is the honest truth. At 44, I can now look back at it and be like, bro, you weren't good enough.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. No, I was an athlete. But unlike you, I'm honest about
Show me the
in
tape.
my assessment, right?
Show me the tape.
But it still does not change. It does not change how I feel about it. You get what I mean? Like even it does help it a little bit, but with the 44-year-old version and really looking back at my work ethic and size and where I was from, and
the chances were slim, very slim.
no, there was no chance.
I believe you could have did
Right,
it.
it would have taken a whole lot of things to be
Yeah.
different. But yeah,
Yeah.
you know, life.
Yeah. I mean, life changes,
Yeah,
right?
that's it. Then
But
you just-
I think that it's amazing how you still have found your way to the love of the game by coaching the kids.
Oh yeah, now you ain't gonna tell me I ain't qualified to help these kids. Now I'm gonna help these kids.
I know.
I can do that.
And maybe you one day be a NBA coach. No? No? No?
I think you could dream big.
Where's the
That's how I
listen,
feel,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
Hey,
It's the
listen,
way we
I-
mess around 10 years from now, it'd be a whole bunch of just AI teams. And you know what I'm saying? You don't even really know what the definition of an NBA coach will be. And, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
it's been a couple of people who have gotten jobs that have been successful. That
Yeah.
you know,
yeah.
You never know.
they resumes are a little bit. But the crazy thing, I don't want to. I
You don't
don't want
wanna
to coach
do-
none of these dudes.
You just want to watch the game. But you can raise and coach these kids who one day will become NBA
Yeah,
players.
I would much rather kind of be like the ET, like Eric Thomas of the. I want to
Yeah.
get in there and talk to him and motivate him.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
And you are.
And tell them, hey, look, man, you know that. I don't want to coach them though, because I get mad at them.
Well,
Yeah, I get mad at them. I can't relate to making $200-300 million and you don't want to practice, or I can't tell you to fix your jump shot. So I'm too old school. They're gonna be mad at me. They're gonna be like, yeah, he's not sensitive enough.
but very good.
Yeah.
Well, so speaking of, this has all been so very great.
You know.
Yeah. Speaking of when plans change, right? And Zainab became a whole comedian.
Yeah.
Girl, tell the people what is about to go down. I'm excited.
Well, I do have my first 1 hour special coming out.
Yeah. Woo!
Yay!
Put the insert the applause. Yeah, but don't
Trying to
bump.
be-
You shot it yet?
Yeah. I filmed it in New York, in Harlem, on May 31st.
Why we didn't go?
Because I with scheduling.
Yeah.
Yeah. We wanted to go, but we could not.
Yes. Yep. But yeah, it was a labor of love. I've watched it so many times because I'm involved in. I mean, I'm not doing the physical editing, but it's like it's all like, you know, every executive decision is on me. And so I've watched it more than I've watched any special ever in my life, like probably like 11 or probably like 12 or 13 times.
But it's you though. It's understandable.
me.
Yeah.
But so it'll be out on Amazon, on Prime, October 24th. And what is the release date?
Can we say the name?
Yeah, it's called Hijabs Off.
Oh,
Yeah. Did I ever tell you that?
You told me, but
Okay.
this their first time knowing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the title, Hijabs Off.
Yeah. I mean, so if anyone doesn't know, well, I should say, I'm Muslim, right? Which we've talked about before publicly.
Yes.
And a big point of contention online is when I talk about being Muslim at all. So we call them the haram police, which is people who feel like they can police, the religion. I'm sure you have
we have ours too.
You know what I'm saying? It's like police for everything, like vegan police, pet police,
Christian
you know what I'm saying?
police.
Christian police.
Yeah.
And so the haram police, their number one complaint with me is how could you be Muslim? You don't even cover your hair. And so one of my favorite jokes on the hour is well, this is a wig, so technically, you know what I'm saying? And I do a whole bit about how the wig is the new hijab, so I'm converting. Every real housewife is a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say that on the album. I mean, on the hour. So
that's actually really funny.
It is.
Yeah.
You know how you'll keep rewriting it. As I watch it, I'm like, dang, I should have said this. Yeah. And it's you can't. Once it's done, it's done. But also, so I'm addressing it. I'm addressing that I am a very proud Muslim woman who doesn't wear a hijab. I grew up wearing hijab, I grew up wearing a khimar, which is a specific hijab. And that's a choice that every Muslim woman gets to make, if she wants to wear that or not. And people, I believe last year or the year before, there was a Middle Eastern woman who was murdered just because her hijab was not worn correctly, And so I'm kind of calling attention to that. But then also it's just a play on words. I'm really proud of myself, and you know how people say hats off to you? Yeah. And so it's hats off, but it's hijabs off.
I loved it.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
So you used to wear your hair close, almost bald.
Yes.
Yes, she used to wear a shaved head.
Mm-hmm.
Did it matter? Because of the length of your hair, your style of your hair, whether you wear it, did anybody have anything to say then?
When I had a shaved head?
Yeah.
When I had a shave, it's funny because when I don't know if you remember, because when we
first met, you had a shaved head.
I had a shaved head, and I used to wear I used to drape scarves around a lot.
And that was because you was cold.
That's exactly why it was. Yeah. It was just because it's you don't realize when you ain't got no hair on your head, the draft, it's you know what I'm saying? It comes for you, right? Yeah. But I would have people give me the greetings, and I would give them back because I am Muslim. But now, if I'm just walking around, people don't give me. Sometimes I say give the greetings, which is assalamu alaikum, right? I give it to Muslim women when I see them, and they be looking
why?
Yeah,
really?
Sometimes,
yeah,
sometimes. And I also get that position because it's you don't know if I'm being funny. You don't know me, but the identifier of a Muslim woman traditionally has been one covered up. And so, I get that. But I would also get with the shaved head, and I would drape a scarf around it. People would be women would come up to me after comedy shows and be thank you so much. When I went through my cancer, and I used to be it take a second, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't realize people done gave you cancer. It just take a quick, and you wait, what? Oh no, that's you. I'm so happy you still here.
Yes,
but I'm so sorry.
I just
that's
have a
not
shaved
my
head.
hair. I just did. It's hair takes time.
Yeah,
hair takes time and effort to do, and sometimes you don't want the burden of that.
I love a good shaved head.
Yeah, but. I when I was covering up as a kid, and I covered up until I was about 15 years old, I never had a shaved head. I just had, natural long hair. So,
I was curious though, because I wanted to know if the thinking was, I don't know, what is the...
Are you covering hair?
Are you covered? Is it to cover...
So the modesty, I do tell a joke about this, right? So modesty is just you identify a Muslim woman with her hijab, usually her hair is covered, but really we're supposed to be covered down to the wrist, to the ankle, to the neck.
So like when we was in Dubai.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, so I do kind of like a joke on the hour where I'm like, you know, I'm good for a ripped knee. You know, like a hole in my jean.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times, you know, Juma, our prayer, our service is on Friday. You know, that's Friday in the middle of the day. It's like, of course I ain't gonna be dressed right. You know, like, of course I got a rip in my jeans. It's Friday afternoon. You know.
Yeah.
But when I think about it, like Islam is all the Abrahamic religions are very patriarchal. You know, like, and so. It's like some certain stories or hadiths in the Quran talk about like the modesty for the woman, and there's debates like is the modesty for the woman to just preserve her femininity, or is it to protect her from a man unable to control his desire?
So that's what I was getting at. That's what I was
know?
getting at. If is it seen in the same light regardless of the hair length?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The hair length doesn't matter, but I think that those things still exist because at the end of the day, you know, men really do love hair, like women with hair, and so when you're home, you're not covered up. My childhood in the house, I only saw my mother topless. I'm talking about titties out.
All the time.
All the time. We could not have company. We could not. She always was breastfeeding. She always was in.
13 kids.
Yeah, but she was always covered up from head to everything. But in the house, a pair of cut off denim shorts and just no shirt. That's how I knew my mother in the house.
That's why your mama had 13 kids. She was up in there.
Yeah.
Your daddy walk in the house like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. My mom would be cooking and he would walk up behind her and just like start feeling her. We would be like, yo, we got to, oh, no. No, this is,
That's
bro, you doing, oh, no.
But she was doing that even with all the kids around. See, we had 2 kids and everything had to cease.
No, we for a very long time watched, especially as long as my mom was giving birth, we knew her in the house. It's like, for the most part, a topless woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But you know, out in public, it's like that's private. That's nobody is supposed to see, even her, you know, anything that would
be tempting.
That a man would desire, which is like that shouldn't be on us. You know what I'm saying?
Men should have self-control.
Yeah, which is why I tell a joke where I'm like,
yeah, and you making fun.
Yeah, yes.
Making light of it.
I'm making light of it because if you think about it, right? It's like, have you ever? I know y'all been together for a very long time. You've been married, you know, whatever. You ain't never, but you see attractive people, right?
Absolutely.
You ain't never seen no woman and been like, but it was the knee for me. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never seen Tab and been like, it was, her elbow. It's like, baby, when you pulled out it's like you started rubbing up on that elbow, and I was like, yo, it's the, You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you love all parts of her. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that collarbone, though.
That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody see an ankle bone and been like, bruh, I don't know if I'm able to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you should relax.
Yeah,
but like, let's put the responsibility back on the person that it belongs. If you are a guy and you see
Come
a
on
knee,
and get a message and
you
preach
know,
right
and you
here.
can't control yourself when you see a knee or a woman's collarbone, you're the problem. You see a woman's hair and you feel like you have the right to touch her or you're the problem.
Absolutely.
You know, and so you know,
it's Zainab with the comedy and with the word. Okay.
Yes.
So what is it coming out on?
It comes out on Amazon. You can get it on Prime. You'll have to have Prime to get it. It's not like, I don't believe you can't purchase it. Like, you have to watch it on Prime. It's like an original.
Oh, okay.
And it comes out October 24th.
Yeah. So y'all make sure
Yeah.
on October 24th, honey, tell your friends, tell them to tell a friend, everybody gather around and watch and support our friend,
Yes.
Zainab Johnson.
Yes.
Hijabs Off.
It's
okay?
Hijabs Off, yes. Somebody was like, oh, you should go on stage with a hijab and then like rip it off. And I was like how they was ripping off wigs on comic video? No shade to Laura Hayes. That's the original Laura Hayes
Yeah.
move. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, no.
It's all right. Your way is
My
your way.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. It's like I'm so nervous now that I know that it's
out there, girl. You did it. You should feel so very proud of yourself, and you did it your way.
Yes, I did it my way. I am
Yep.
very proud when I watch it. I watch the girl. It doesn't feel like me. I watch it and I'm like, I like this girl so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And so I
absolutely.
think that's a good feeling. But I mean, we are artists and we are sensitive about our stuff.
That's right. As we should be.
You
And that's
know?
our business.
Yeah, and you know how people love, I won't even say it, whatever.
Yeah. So, anywho, we can talk about this even though there's a strike happening, but we can't talk about this. What we can't talk about is other things that Zainab does, but make sure you look her up. Okay, because she is a talented actress with a show we can't talk about. So
Y'all can't talk about it. Oh, you ain't supposed to talk about it?
I love a loophole though.
Listen, I'm like, look, and you see me not saying that, I'm like, what you?
Like, I ain't know, they don't have no, so
You're
y'all
not a part of the union.
Yeah, so
Jen said, speak for yourself.
I talk about what I want to talk about. They ain't gonna tell me what I can talk about.
Well, I hope that you guys watch it.
Yes, please.
It is the first of, I'm sure, many to come. I plan on releasing more hours as my career continues. And I definitely hope that my friends enjoy it because
we will. Listen, I have always loved Zainab's, not because she's my friend, but because she's a smart and funny comic. Like, you learn something when you watch her, but you leave feeling like that girl crazy. But, oh, she's so good. Like, she's very, very good. So y'all make sure you support. And also remember that sometimes your life plans can change for the better. And different amazing things happen because of it. So we are all proof of that. So if you're going through a change right now and it doesn't feel like what you originally sought out for it to be, lean into it, embrace it, okay? Submit to the process and enjoy the journey.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's all about the journey.
Yeah, it's all about the journey. So until the next time, honey, y'all make sure y'all follow Zainab at Zainab Johnson everywhere.
Zainab Johnson everywhere. Yeah.
Yes, and go about y'all business and have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's. Here, we love y'all. God bless y'all. Peace.
Dang, I ain't put up the piece.
You did.
Okay, I was late with the piece.
Thank y'all for watching, and don't forget to click here for more episodes.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Very good.